What's up, you guys? Welcome back. My name is Steve. Thank you for joining us. And I'm a bit torn on these sneakers we're talking about today because on the one hand, they are very dope. They are high quality. They're everything you kind of want in a sneaker. But on the other hand, they cost me over $500 at retail. And look, I've reviewed expensive shoes on this channel before. The Automax Adapts, things like that. Things where the technology is really forward thinking, it's new. There's nothing new about this sneaker. This has been done millions of times. So that begs the question, is it worth $500? You know, that can be a subjective thing, but we're gonna try to answer it for today. Today we are talking about the Nike by 1017 Alyx Air Force 1 High in a gorgeous black colorway. And yeah, you're starting to understand why I like these sneakers, but can we justify the price tag? Before we get into it, let's first take a closer look. Alright guys, welcome back, and now that you've seen a closer look of these bad boys right here, first, welcome if you are new here. To the returning subscribers, you know it's always good to see your smiling faces. Of course, consider hitting that like and subscribe if this is your first time. This channel, we talk sneakers, and we are on the road to 10,000 subscribers, and this channel only gets bigger and better because of guys and gals like you. So thank you, and also check out some of my helpful links down in the description below. Protective shoe spray to keep your kicks clean, all the camera gear I use to make these videos, as well as links to cop if these are still available, as well as my favorite sneaker books. So lots of good stuff down in the description, some cool things for you to check out. Now let's get into these sneakers right here. So these are, like I said, the 1017 Alyx by Nike Air Force 1 Highs. They also came out with a white colorway as well. I got my hands on the black colorway. I haven't had a pair of black Air Force 1 Highs in a long time, so I figured it was time to, indulge myself. But I was shocked when I saw the checkout price on these. And, for you guys, I said, all right, I'm gonna do it just to see if they're worth it, to give you guys some guidance on this thing right here, because these I bought from the 1017 Alyx account or website, straight from them, and these cost me over $500, a little bit over $500 total cost, shipping and everything. And look, I also have the Mmw Triple Blacks from Nike as well, which is the same deal. It's Matthew Williams. He is behind 1017 Alyx. He also has done some other sneakers with Nike. They all tend to be on that higher end. So the Mmw Triple Blacks, I believe, those are the Zoom MMWs. Those are not technically a 1017 Alyx collaboration with Nike. These are a 1017 Alyx collaboration. There have been other ones. They've all been kind of priced at that higher end price point. And I guess the big question is why? Well, first, you got, presentation-wise, a pretty dope pull-out box there, all white with the black swoosh on it. I love the way that looks. You got some 1017 Alyx branding on the side. It's very subtle. Then you get that tissue paper, the same tissue paper that I've seen with the Zoom MMWs and other 1017 Alyx collaborations. And then you get the shoe itself. So as far as I can tell, the real moneymaker with this shoe is this belt buckle thing. We'll get to that in a second. What I really want to talk about first is the leather, because look, I haven't had the Dior's in hand, but this leather is phenomenal. And comparing it to just recent shoes I've had my hands on, the Acorn AF1s, have a video dropping soon, if not already by the time this posts. The leather on that versus the leather on these, they're not even, to call them both leather is criminal. It's not even a comparison. This is, luxury handbag level type of leather that I'm feeling here. However, that doesn't necessarily mean I still want to pay $500 for the shoe, but I can tell you that the leather is unbelievable. And you get it in all the places that you would expect at this price point. You're getting leather going up the tongue as well. It's all the way up the tongue. You're getting leather going down into the insole here. So really, you're getting all the hits of leather and the amount of leather that you would come to expect at a price point like this. I mean, everything, the heel counter, the tabs, the tops. I mean, there's a little bit of non-leather elements on this sneaker other than the midsole and outsole, but other than that, it's a full leather Air Force 1, which again, is to be expected. Now, you also get some 1017 Alyx branding here on the side. Now, I'm worried about that because that's just kind of like screen printed on there. That feels like something that's gonna wear off quickly if you're not careful. I guess it is what it is. Hopefully, somehow it's done better than I've seen on some other Nike sneakers where the little screen printing branding will wear off the leather quickly, even if it's just like, you know, scraped against a little bit. It'll just kind of pull a letter off or something. That's annoying. That was something that would really annoy me if after the first few wears, something like that happens. And it's kind of impossible to stop from happening if you're really going to wear these and actually live your life in them. So that's the thing to keep in mind. The other little bit of branding you got here is on the Dubray. You get the 1017 there on the laces. The laces themselves too, waxed black laces. Again, with higher end shoes, you're expecting those waxed laces. They're a little bit higher end, they feel a little bit nicer, and it just kind of comes with the territory. Again, not like a crazy thing, but standard, and that's what we come to expect. Now, another thing here, at this price point, I'm expecting immaculate construction. I'm not expecting the same construction you would get with a $100 pair of Air Force Ones. And for the most part, I am pretty pleased with what I'm seeing. All of the stitching looks precise, all the quality of the leather, obviously, like these are nice leather pieces that they have pulled. Now, the only thing I will say is along the midsole here, where the upper meets the midsole, there is pretty visible glue marks here. I mean, there is a seam of glue. You can see all the way around the entirety of this shoe. Look, I don't want to be too nitpicky, but again, at this price point, that's kind of annoying. However, that is the only thing that I see that is a drawback in terms of build quality and the construction on this pair. So I can live with it. I mean, also it is kind of uniform almost all the way around. I mean, there's a little bit of right here at the toe, it gets a little bit higher. So again, it's not the greatest thing, but it's also not the worst. I can't hate on it too much, but I had to call it out. Other than that, it's your standard Air Force One until we get to the top here. Now, there have been other Air Force One releases with a belt buckle or a Velcro enclosure at the top of the laces. This one, you get this big, I'm guessing kind of a machined aluminum type of metal buckle thing here, and like it's got some satisfying click noises. I'm gonna put it right into the mic and see if you guys can get that. Here you go. So yes, very satisfying click noises here. And I mean, it's pretty dope. It says 1017 Alyx, 9sm. So yeah, Nike branding. On the inside here, it says that it's made in Austria. I don't know if that means it's nicer or if that's supposed to mean something that, you know, there's higher manufacturing standards there, or Austria is known for this type of work, but that's what it says. It's pretty dope. I mean, it really goes with what the 1017 Alyx brand is, and that's a lot of kind of technical forward-thinking wears. Gorp is a term regularly used to describe some 1017 Alyx stuff, but it's got much more of a futuristic feel to it as opposed to like an ACG hiking granola feel to it. So there are some really cool things about the brand, and there are some, you know, dope pieces I would love to own from that brand. It's a very high-end brand, and that's why this is a very high-end price point shoe. At the end of the day, though, it's still an Air Force One. So overall, in my opinion, do you need to drop the 500 on this? I'm gonna say no. I don't know that there's enough happening. And unless you're like a real enthusiast in the kind of leather that is on your shoes or build quality construction type, I mean, I guess if you're used to paying $700, $800, $1,000 for some designer sneakers, which, you know, some have some incredible build quality, construction, materials and all that. Others I think are kind of ripoffs. If you're already in that, if this is your cruising altitude and this is on the lower end of your cruising altitude, then sure, this is a fantastic shoe. If you're kind of like me and you're just a normal person who, you know, has some principles in terms of how much money they're willing to spend on sneakers, for God's sake, I don't know. I don't think this is worth just, if you really want a black pair of Air Force One highs to wear to look good, it doesn't have to be this pair. Now, what I would recommend or suggest is kind of sit around and wait on these for a while, because I don't think these are going crazy on resale, and I don't think they're ever going to go crazy on resale. At a minimum, you could save yourself a little bit of money if you really want to have this pair. So that's where I would go with it. I think I'm going to send these back and maybe keep my eye out for a good deal on the resale market down the road, and if it makes sense, then I'll go for it. And that does it for me, guys, on this video of the Nike by 1017 Alyx Air Force One highs. Look, super dope, just super pricey, and I think you can do better, and your money can go further with multiple pairs as opposed to dropping all that money on this one pair here. However, It's a super dope sneaker. Do you think it's a dope sneaker? Let me know down in the comments below. Let me know if you're taking the plunge and the price point doesn't bother you. Let me know down in the comments below. I'd like to hear what you guys think about this bad boy right here. Also, remember, if you are new here, consider hitting that like and subscribe, joining the family. All the returning subscribers, you guys are the best. Appreciate you guys so much. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers, and I want all of you to be in on the ground floor as this channel continues to grow, and it only grows because you guys are the best. Your likes, your comments, your subscriptions, your engagement, I appreciate every last bit of it. Now, with that being said, I want to see you on the next one, so please remember to hit that bell as well so you're notified when the next video drops. Hope you have a good day, good evening, good night whenever you're watching this, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.